welcome to the Bluestone Villa, or welcome back if you have been here before. I am filming today on a Sunday afternoon, a very cozy, slow Sunday afternoon, so you're going to have to forgive me. I'm in the sweats, and also I've got toothpaste down my front, so if that flashes you, we're just gonna ignore it, okay? I'm gonna try and film this before I lose the light, because I think it's getting dark in general. It's quite late on Sunday afternoon, and also when I say quite late, it's 3 o'clock. And I also think it might actually hammer it down with the rain. But I'm filming up in my bedroom, which I don't usually do, and in fact I owe you guys a tour. I filmed a tour at Christmas time last year when we had the beautiful kind of white company Christmas tree over this direction in my room, but I didn't quite finish it, and then Christmas was well over, and so I never edited it and I never shared it. So I'm going to re-film that when we have the Christmas tree back up and do a proper tour. And I just ordered a chandelier to go up here as well, so I'll probably wait to install that and then do a proper tour for you. But nonetheless, I'm coming to you today with a bit of a kind of Christmassy video, I guess, as well. It is the weekend of the 19th and 20th of November, and I feel like it's the first weekend in Tunbridge Wells, which is where we live in the UK, that it's kind of been a little bit more kind of festive, and there's been a few little festive bits and pieces on. So yesterday James and I, in the late afternoon into evening, we went to the light switch on here at Tunbridge Wells, and before that we went to a little bit of a festive pop-up, really small thing at a place called Pomelo. I only happenstanced upon it because one of the 3 people that were going to be there with things to purchase was the Faded Shed, who I'm huge fans of. They are a local kind of like vintagey, kind of rustic home decor shop in Tunbridge Wells. They sell via Instagram as well, I believe, and their website, and they literally are in like a tiny little shed somewhere. And I've bought a couple of things from them before, and it was that they advertised that they were going to this thing. So I'd never heard of this place before. It's actually someone's home, and they have like a small kind of bespoke event space off of it. And yeah, it was really lovely. It was dressed beautifully. I will insert kind of a little bit of video. I didn't want to take too much because I was very conscious that even though it was a public event, like, is at someone's home, so I didn't want to kind of overstep the mark or anything, but I have taken a little bit of a video just so you can get a bit of a flavour. It was really lovely, and the woman that owns it makes and bakes lots of things, and they were doing like coffees and hot chocolates and what have you. So James and I sat and had a cappuccino and a sausage roll, and we were outside, and there was a fire pit and Christmas music, and it was just dressed just how you would imagine I would love things to be dressed, like lots of natural foliage, lots of candles, and it's definitely given me lots of ideas. But as a result, I spent a small fortune yesterday there, and I wanted to share with you basically what I got, because they're all really lovely, sweet little things, kind of non-traditional kind of Christmas decorations, I would say. So I'm going to break for my hot chocolate a second, which I'm going to show you my mug because I'm so impressed. I painted this. It's the first time drinking out of a Christmas mug. I have to say, it is all for the video. I would probably not be drinking out of this yet. I have a strict rule of like really 1st of December is when I can start really getting properly Christmassy. But I thought for the sake of this video, I'm going to have my hot chocolate in it, because we have a place in Tunbridge Wells that you can paint pottery, and I took my little niece there, and I decided to paint this mug in like a little Christmas scene. I'll bring it up a little bit closer just so you can see a bit more, but I was really pleased with how it turned out. And you leave it there for a week, and it obviously gets put in the kiln, and it makes it all glossy, and I'm genuinely thinking about maybe going back and painting a second one so that we've got 2. Right, I don't know whether I need to be closer. Should I be closer? I'm going to stay here and we're going to see what happens and hope for the best. So first of all, most of the things I bought was from the Faded Shed. So there was 3 people kind of retailing there, as it were. As I said, it was just a really small pop-up. So there was an essential oils candle maker called Whist, W-H-I-S-T, and I'd never heard of before. Then there was the Faded Shed, who definitely had like the largest kind of stock, as it were. And then there was, and I'm gonna say this wrong because I've never heard anybody say it before, so I don't know if I'm saying it right, but I think it's called Bihati Blooms, who is a local florist. And so she was selling a few things that wasn't floristry, but then also like obviously wreaths and different kind of foliage displays and what have you. So yeah, I didn't end up buying anything from her because I do quite like to make my wreath myself, but they were stunning. They were like kind of those wild wreaths. But the first thing I purchased was from the candle maker Whist. So as I said, I'd never heard of these before, and they had a lot burning. They all smelled really, really lovely collectively. I think this one that I bought was definitely like my favourite scent, and perfect for this time of year as well. So it's called Winter's Song, which reminds me of like a Sarah McLachlan song or something, and it's in this beautiful kind of orangey brownie glass jar. I don't know how much is in it. It's 220 grams approximately, and Winter's Song is clove, cedar leaf and mandarin, and it smells very luxurious. It definitely smells, obviously it has like a festive smell to it, but it's not kind of too much, and it's not too sickly, too sweet, and it doesn't smell cheap. It smells really expensive. It was £26, and she said she uses essential oils rather than fragrance oils, so also why it's so pungent. And then what I thought was really sweet is on the top they've got this kind of protector, but it's actually like seed paper. So you put this in water for, I think she said like 60 seconds, and then you plant it in soil and in like a pot, and it will grow wildflowers, which I thought was really, really sweet. So she said to do that in the spring, so I don't know where I'm going to keep that in the meantime, but nonetheless, let me just throw that over there. I thought I could start I thought I could light this now, because I just feel after this weekend I am definitely in the mood for the kind of change of this kind of season into kind of from autumn into winter, and obviously to start getting a little bit festive. So yeah, that was from the candle maker called Whist, and then the rest of what I bought was from the Faded Shed, as I said. Now, Sarah, I think there's two women that run the Faded Shed, but I've only ever met Sarah, and she's so nice, so friendly. Yeah, and she's just lovely, and they just have the most loveliest things. So I'm going to get them all out because they're a bit noisy. First of all, I bought my favourite matches brand. So there's a couple of local stores to us that sell these particular matches. Now, as you saw, I lit my candle with the clicky thing, and we do have one of those, mostly for the fire if I'm honest, but I like to have matches around the house as well. And I bought a pack like this from another local store that I love called the Hidden Hut, but as I said, Faded Shed does them as well, and then also the Green Duck in Tunbridge Wells, which I've mentioned before in my videos. And I have the one where it's like a greenhouse scene on the front, and it's so lovely. But when I saw these, I was like, I have to have these. I still have some of the matches before. There are 125 in here. I actually can't remember how much these were, but I think they probably are around the £6 to £9 mark, maybe, I would imagine. But this one's beautiful because it's got a really kind of forest scene on the front. It's like this beautiful forest scene with stags and what have you, and I just thought it was just so beautiful, and just will look so gorgeous in the living room across this kind of winter season and across Christmas specifically. So I was really pleased with those. Next up, this is a bit of a fun one, is this felt reindeer, who was £9.50, and I actually bought this for James really as a thank you for coming with me, because he, amongst other males at this place, was probably like harassed husbands that probably didn't really want to be there. But I just thought he was absolutely gorgeous, and you know what, they must have been popular because there was only 2 of these left, including this one. And they also had like little gingerbread men as well, and there was only 1 of those left. And the Faded Shed had put a picture up that morning, and the bowl was full, so they must have been popular. I thought he was just gorgeous, so I can't wait to hang him on our tree. We've got lots of kind of felt animal decorations like little mice, and also our tree topper is not actually a tree topper. Our tree topper is a felt elephant that James got given by his mum many years ago, and he used to put it as his tree topper at his flat, and we've just kind of carried it on as a bit of a tradition. Next up are some other beautiful decorations. Now, I'm not one for having a theme each year. I reuse my decorations, I add to my decorations. My tree isn't one particular colour, it's lots of colours. It's a very traditional kind of looking tree. I actually don't think these are going to look right on there. That's probably the first time I've ever thought to say that, or really thought that, but I just don't think they will look right. And I knew that from the outset, but I loved them. And so actually what I have decided to do with them is to either kind of hang them in a window or against a mirror. And I'm probably going to do them on strings at different lengths. I have 2 of these gorgeous acorns. Acorns are probably one of my favourite things around kind of this autumn and winter season. I'll bring this a little bit closer up so you can see. So it's kind of white with then this kind of beautiful gold like inflections around it. So gorgeous. Now they're all the same size, which is why I only got 2 of these, because I think odd numbers work perfectly. So I wanted 3, but because they're all the same size, I thought I'd get 2 of the acorns. And then I've got this other decoration, which I did ask Sarah, like, what is it meant to be? And she didn't know either. So I think we're all pretty happy in thinking that it really isn't anything. It kind of reminds us of one of those things, you know, that like spins on its, like, I can't think what it's called, but this gorgeous one here. And again, it's kind of like brass and copper and like a galvanized metal. And I thought that would just look lovely in the middle. So I'm going to kind of hang them all different lengths against a mirror or windows, and I thought they would be beautiful. I think these were about £6.50 each. They had loads of other kind of, well, not loads, but like they had other Christmas decorations, but they were so beautiful. They were the kind of thing that I just thought, actually, they're just going to get lost on my, they're quite simple but beautiful, and I just thought they're going to get lost on my tree and I'm just not going to see them or enjoy them. So that's why I kind of didn't end up getting them. I suppose if I did have an all one colour or much pared down Christmas tree, then that's where something like some of those decorations would look great. And then the final thing I bought, which is an absolute pièce de résistance. Now, I was actually looking for this. I really wanted some kind of antique brass bells, but I didn't want kind of just some modern ones. I didn't want to kind of go down the Amazon route to find something like that. And these were gorgeous. She had 3 different versions. I honestly think I picked up the best one, and I would have picked up more than one, but they were £24 each. So they're not the cheapest. But you'll see why in a second. And yeah, I just kind of, I would have got more, but I felt that close to £50 for some bells was maybe a little bit excessive, but I honestly believe I got the best one. So I've got this beautiful brass bell, and it's got like a shell, or no, maybe it's like a fleur-de-lis. And it's got a little flower, and it's got a cow, and it is a cowbell. And it says on the front, Gordon en Quessy. Forgive my French. Excuse my French. And that's actually a region in France. But yeah, I think I'm going to put this on a wreath, or perhaps, I don't know, against some kind of foliage decor design, something. Obviously, I won't be doing it for another week or so, probably. So once I have put it somewhere, I'll maybe try and update in one of my videos so I can show you what I did with it. But I just think this is gorgeous. And I thought, well worth the £24, because it really is quite large, just next to my head for proportion purposes. I feel like I do that a lot on here. But yeah, next to my head for proportion purposes, it is really quite large. And yeah, I thought it was gorgeous. See if I can get it to ring. There's something a bit ghostly about that, like a Christmas Carol story or something. I'll try and lay that down quietly now. My next door neighbours are probably like, what is she doing? I'm starting to get the wafts now of the scent of my Winter's Song candle. It started to rain outside, and so, as I said, this is just a quick one. I really wanted to share those bits and pieces with you, but yeah, I thought I would just share them before the moment passes and you never see them. I will link down below for both Pomelo, the Faded Shed and Whist. Pomelo, I'm hoping I'll get this video up before their next event, but they are doing this again this coming Friday and Saturday, so if you are local, then you might want to check it out. It's a really, really nice place to visit, just to get some inspiration. And so yeah, thank you for joining me back at the Bluestone Villa. I hope you like seeing what I've picked up for Christmas so far, and I'm looking forward to sharing a few more Christmassy videos in the weeks to come. I hope you have a great week, guys. See you again soon. Bye.